wanna see my mother cry. When you black, it ain't no other side. Your death is like my brother died. Moment, helping hand, loan it. The troops not here to pacify the struggles in my nuclei. Want it, change a man to a dangerous man, especially when the bangers changing hands. Survival evolving black men into another clan. But there's Chill with us. It's not your regular hip-hop album. It's a comedic satire inspired by the late, great Bill Withers. Rest in peace.
Don't offend me with friendly fire. Don't like your energy, cause men be lying.
Don't offend me with friendly fire. I want to smoke. Don't like your energy, cause men be liars. I want to smoke. New attendees will then be biased. I want to smoke. Don't like your energy, cause men be liars. So what the hook is saying is a lot of times you have people around you that have bad energy. Don't offend me with friendly fire. Like they try to act like they mess with you, but they don't. It's another ulterior motive. I'm saying I want to smoke. Like, man, don't act like you mess with me. If you don't fuck with me, let's just get it over with right now, man. I want to smoke. A lot of times people are biased because they don't like that you see things your way. They want you to see it their way. So you gotta want to smoke from people so people watching will understand and dig deeper on why a situation is. But most people won't dig that deep. So you gotta want to smoke because that's how you weed out the people who are playing versus the people who are serious. Oh, you a gangster on the inside? Well, I don't like your energy. A parrot in this mimicry. Cut coke, sell crack, hard on black, but watch police kill Phil and you ain't hard on that. What I'm saying is you project this imagery of being this old tough gangster type dude, but I don't like your gangster. I don't like your energy. You know, double entendre, energy. A parrot in his mimicry is like basically you just doing what everybody else do. You just a cliche type person. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really genuine. You go hard on other people that look like you ain't doing so well, but when there's an opportunity to stand up and fight for your people, you ain't hard on that, but you hard on me for not wearing Jordans or having a fake chain or having a busted bitch. You hard on that, but when it's time to go hard on something that is empowering to you and your people, you're nowhere to be found. But you forgot you was a Jew. Started acting like a nigga. Look what this has come to. As black people, we the chosen people. It ain't one chosen people, but we lost our way. We lost our identity, and we accepted an identity that was given to us as opposed to being what we are and what we label ourselves. And that's what the world has come to. It's like, how you gonna be self-defined when you didn't create the definition of who you are? Look at what it comes to. A new identity, hoes and male clothes with them new hostilities. We don't define who we are. We just start making stuff up along the way. You gotta know who you are. You don't wanna be out here guessing. You wanna figure out who you are, because if not, there's hostilities that come with being confused. And that's your problem if you don't know who you are. But don't make it everybody else's problem. That's your problem you gotta deal with by being diligent and doing the work it takes to figure out what's going on with yourself. Headshots. In my car with a bizarre Asian. White coupe, the car is Caucasian. On a star blazing. So in my car with a bizarre Asian, you know, Eastern philosophy is very bizarre to people who just chase money. Eastern philosophy is based on culture and family. So I'm in a vehicle with a different way of thinking. I'm thinking about family. I'm thinking about culture more than I'm thinking about money. So in my coupe with a bizarre Asian, it's just a reference to having an Eastern philosophy and putting the people that you love over money. The car is Caucasian. So basically saying that even though I got this Eastern philosophy, I'm hypocritical because I'm in this white man's car that I bought. That's a symbol of status. And I think it's a car, but it's really a Caucasian. I'm really supporting white supremacy by buying this car. It's something that's benefiting that agenda more than it's benefiting mine. But I feel like it's benefiting mine because I feel like I bought it and I own it. But it's really more beneficial to that cause than mine. That's been Friendly Fire, produced by my boy Duncan Penderhughes, one of the best dudes out here on production and rhyming. Shout out to Duncan. Check it out. I have a question. How well would you take care of your car if you had to keep the same one your entire life? That's how brains work. Our brains work the same way. So why don't we treat our brains as well as we treat our cars? How well you treat your brain affects how you see life. So it's extremely important to invest time and care into your mind. Look at me. Look me in the eyes. There are plenty of ways to invest in a healthy brain. Learn a new language, laugh, or you can go to BetterHelp Online Therapy. I had a gig one time. And I thought it was my gig. I was prepared. I bought new clothes. I rented an apartment. I told everybody in my family, I got a new gig. And the day before the gig, the job called me and reneged the offer. When I tell you I was devastated, I was distraught. And a friend of mine recommended BetterHelp.com. And I got the help I needed. It helped me relieve my stress and see things more clearly. Sometimes it's hard to solve a problem when you're in the middle of it. All you have to do is go to BetterHelp.com and you can find someone that'll give you another vantage point and a way to deal with it. BetterHelp is online therapy. You can do video chat, live chat, or talk on the phone. And let's face it, it's a lot more affordable than traditional therapy. Just go to BetterHelp.com/Kraig, get 10% off your first month, and be matched with a professional within 48 hours.
I mean, I was always taught, you put your hands by your face, that's saying hit me. You do like
a target too.
You're saying hit me because your hands is right here and the hands ain't out to do nothing. You know,
Show talking community center talk. You know that you know that the boys club.
But I mean, that's what they. I mean, if you look at like
club.
European boxing, like Russian boxing, any type of boxing like that, they teach you to keep your hands up.
Yeah.
Whether they go to Cubans or you go to France,
Right.
and they're here. But the most dangerous fighters are fighters you can't see their hands because you don't know what they're doing.
Right.
So if you look at any like dangerous fighter in the history of like black fighters, death row, you got fighters like Sugar Ray Robinson. His hands was always here,
Right.
always ready to slide back, throw big right hands and hooks. If you look at Jersey Joe Walcott, his hands was always here, but his defense was him shifting.
Right. Right. He kept his shit moving.
Yeah. Ali, his defense was pulling back.
You know what I noticed a big
Yeah.
difference because I watch a lot of fight footage too. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Go ahead.
One of the evolutions I've seen in boxing is the defensive retreat. Like when I watch a lot of those old fights, like Ray Robertson, I felt like they pulled straight back a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like now in this generation of fighters, I feel like everything is circle.
Circle, yeah.
Circle. You know what I mean? So talk about who do you think who do you think caused that evolution? What fighter do you think changed it from backing straight up to circling? Is that Ali?
No, it's actually, I would say Sugar Ray Robinson. Or you could say Willie Pep, you could say Max Baer because it was circling. If you look at Max Baer actually walked. He's a Jewish fighter I watched.
Yeah.
He would walk and fix his pants and backhand you this shit.
Yeah. Oh wow.
But walking in circles has been around, but it's like now fighters, they do retreat and they move left and right. You used to fighters retreating and coming right back into some action like a Sugar Ray Leonard. He would slide back, but he had let off 5 or 6 punches.
Right.
It's changed with the coaches. The coaches are teaching, all right, get away and I'll move.
Right.
They're not teaching like slide back again and make them think you're going to slide back and run them into some shit.
Right.
That's where the scientific part of boxing comes out, where you ain't got boxing coaches no more. Where you ain't got teachers no more. You got boxing coaches and like strength conditioners and shit teaching
Right.
boxing.
I'm gonna name a fighter. Tell me why he's underrated. The Beast Mugabe.
He's underrated because he wasn't marketed over here in America. People don't really know about him in America. I say America's like a big boxing country, but then again, it's not.
Right.
It's like it's big boxing because it's like who's hot, like the Jake Pauls or Javante, but it's not like a boxing country. Like they actually care about the essence and the importance of boxing, the history behind it.
What country do you think really cares about the sport?
Man, well, you got countries that are built off of it: Cuba, Puerto Rico, Russia.
All the poor places.
Yeah.
Communist countries, boxing's a big deal.
That's a good point. Communist countries.
Anywhere where cayenne pepper is a major season, it's
Here you go.
yeah.
That's where the term hot came from. Oh, he hot.
So how often do people mistake you for a Japanese man?
Man, all the fucking time. Actually, one time, man, I was at the gas station. No, I was at a Target. I was about to whoop homeboy, but I had to get myself together. But I checked him. I had the mask on because it's during COVID, and I was taking a while online. I had a long day at practice. I'm just taking my shit and putting it up there. And he says, "Hurry up, you fucking chink." So I turned around. I'm like, "Who the fuck you talking to?" I was like, and he looked at me and he realized, like, "Oh shit, he's not that. He's black. He's African American." So I was like, "I want you to apologize." Motherfucker's crying in my face. "I'm sorry for calling you a chick."
I would have found a random Asian person like, "Look, man, he said this. It was meant for you.
Right.
Apologize to him because you're probably gonna say that to him later on."
We had no time for none of that.
Nah, racism.
Everybody started clapping.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh man, you gotta have a cameraman with you for that. That's just for PR to the. He's a hero.
Times you need it the most, you don't have it.
That's real spill. Okay, so the Beast Mugabe
Yeah.
could have been marketed better. Now he's somebody that if he fought in this era, you guys probably would have fought, right?
Yeah. I mean, we weren't the same weight class, but Mugabe, you would stay away from. Mugabe ain't no joke. Mugabe had power in both hands. And I say he's like a legend over in England, but people don't really follow up the boxers who are from England unless it's like Prince Nassim or Anthony Joshua or one of the Eubanks. But if it's like a name like Mugabe, you're talking about going back into like, what, early 80s,
Yeah.
late 70s. That's a big name.
Now, I have a cousin who feels like when a black fighter doesn't have a black trainer, he's at a disadvantage.
Man, you know what? That's crazy because sometimes it's like it's I hate to say it, but it's truth to the stereotype and then there's lies to the stereotype. So for instance, like they say a Hispanic trainer can't train a black fighter because what? Hispanics in boxing have a different type of rhythm than black fighters have.
Right.
Even like when we dance at a different beat than they dance at.
Mm.
So it's like when you're training, they're used to most Hispanic fighters fight east and west, rolling and slipping, putting pressure. They don't fight in and out like brothers fight in and out boxing and slick. Because we fight off what? Our strengths. Usually if you're fast, elusive, and athletic, that's how you're going to fight. You're not going to fight here unless you're strong and you're built durable to take punishment like that because Hispanic fighters, they're going forward and they're going to get you.
Yeah.
So they're pressure fighters. Black fighters known for what? Inside, outside boxing, out being slick. So if you have a Hispanic coach who knows one type of boxing, he can't really touch that type of boxing that you know. But sometimes it's different because guess what? My coach is Puerto Rican.
1 second. Are we live?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check and see if we live, yo. Okay, so you say your coach is
My coach is
Puerto Rican.
My coach is Puerto Rican.
Biggest difference between because Puerto Ricans are, a lot. Some of them don't consider themselves black, but a lot of them are black. Is their philosophies like is your Puerto Rican trainers now philosophy similar to Emmanuel Stewart's, or is it something completely different?
It's the same. He's a brother, but he just talk funny. Like he don't say vinegar, he say vinegar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's on.
Huh? It's not live, man. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second, y'all. You might be on the other. Damn it.
It's okay if not. That was a good run through. See, run through.
That belt was heavy. Yeah.
I think I come up here.
Every Tuesday and Thursday is supposed to be.
Do you know how to do that?
Who's usually on the show? Right, who's usually right here? Him?
It's my second time, man.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, like usually getting people right.
Okay.
Make sure you save that. We can go back in.
Out of the box. What up, man? What's up, bro?
Yeah, everything's being recorded.
They're in the show right now. All right.
So you say he's a brother? He just say vinegar.
He don't say vinegar. He say vinegar.
Vinegar. That's hilarious.
He's crazy, man. Yeah.
Okay, because look, but Puerto Ricans have their own distinct style of boxing, right?
Yeah.
So they're,
Got to think about it. How different is Benitez to, say, Sugar Ray Leonard?
right.
Not too different. You look at the boxing now, it may be different, but you look at Benitez back in the 80s and 70s, that's why he fought Sugar Ray Leonard at the time he did. He fought him. He shouldn't have took the fight. He hadn't been training, and it wasn't a fight he shouldn't have took. But everybody he fought up until that point, he blew through him. He was slick like a brother. You cannot hit him. He'll sit on the ropes and he'll roll off all your punches.
Right.
His chin straight up like this, and you can't hit him.
Right.
It's our brothers fight. Arrogant, looking at you like, what you going to do about it?
Right. Right.
That's how he fought. So my coaches teach that same type of boxing, which is like when to take risks and to be a dog behind it, but to work smarter and not harder. So it's like perfect. Goes hand in hand with the boxing. You know what, too? It's the jump topics, but it's like with the fighter's race, it really don't matter as long as the mindset is like, okay, we're both on the same page as far as what I'm trying to do. If you're a black fighter and you want to be a pressure fighter like Mike Tyson, you may have a Hispanic coach, an Italian coach.
Right.
Custom auto.
So you saying Spanish and Italian very similar. Forward fighters, press you.
No, I said, you go try me. I ain't say Spanish and Italians are the same. I said Italian coach. Italians are more boxers. I say Italians are more boxing in and out. They like how their cars are.
Right.
I have a question.
What's up?
Cause you brought it
He
up.
said like how their cars are.
I gotta go.
Yeah, it's in and out.
Because when you watch a lot of boxing,
Yeah.
the announcers, your Jim Lampeys and all them, they're very quick to big up the Spanish style fighters and the different style fighters, but you very rarely hear them talk distinctly about the Black American style of fight.
You don't.
Why? What? And it's the style of fight that dominates the world. What?
Yes.
Like, talk to us more about that style of boxing and what it is, because it doesn't get the credit that it deserves, but it's a style that can't nobody match.
You're right, but even like with that, my style is like I say a black style, but it's a throwback. It's a different style than what you'll see now. What you see now is like breaks off and remnants of like Floyd Mayweather's. You see a lot of
When I see you, I think Ali.
See, I appreciate Ali.
You bounce like Ali in that ring.
But you know, to
dancing,
be honest,
smiling.
like, that's like I fight like that depending on my opponent. So I'm a boxer puncher, which means I change my style depending on my opponent. Most brawlers are brawlers. Most boxers can only box.
So you like Mayweather, where you don't have to particularly study your opponent.
Mayweather is like I would say I'm not like Mayweather because he's different. His approach is like the react, which mine is as well, but it's different. It's like hooping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you left-handed or right-handed, some people's approach is to hit the paint immediately or to send it off.
Right.
So you fight kind of like Andre Bishop.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Yeah.
We gotta tell you about this nigga.
So from Fight Night.
This nigga's a real boxer.
I ain't play fight.
He don't play.
I was
he don't
playing.
play
I was really
video
out there fading.
Yeah, you were.
I
This
hate
ain't Ring King.
I played Fight Night one time and broke my TV in. I was so mad. I threw the whole.
You got slept.
I was mad. I was like, I would have never got hit with that shit.
Hey, are you on any of the games yet?
Man, I was on one in England, but they wanted me to sign like this crazy contract or something. I forgot what it was, and I was like, nah, I'm cool.
What?
Yeah.
Man, that'd be dope.
Ain't a
Yeah,
fan,
no, man.
It been dope, but it's like, I'd rather do this shit real life.
Yeah.
Feel you.
I mean, some people can do real life, but it's like, versus playing a video game, I'm throwing hands.
Okay, so we got Roger.
Yeah,
Keep your hands moving.
yeah.
Keep your hands moving. Fuck with the rhythm.
Emmanuel Stewart.
Okay, so now we go to his big brother.
Oh, Floyd Sr.
Now we go to your uncle. Or your cousin or your uncle,
Cousin.
right?
But I
Cousin,
call him
okay.
uncle because he's older. Yeah.
So now I would think that the differences between them would be very small because that's who taught Roger.
No, very big differences between Jeff Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather Sr., and Roger Mayweather.
Shout
as
out
well.
to Jeff. That's my nigga.
Hey, Jeff is, man, true story, right?
Jeff is humble,
so,
bro.
Man, Jeff went to line my haircut up right. He took my whole eyebrow off. Hey, then he tried to put it back with a Sharpie. I said, Jeff, I said, you can't be doing my shit like how you do your shit.
He tried to give him that hind eyebrow.
Hey, but
That's crazy.
hey, shout out to Jeff. But see, Jeff was a straight boxer. Jeff really have power, but his quickness was what got him around. Floyd Sr., he had snap.
He
Had snap.
You guys are similar.
Yeah, so like I say, his snap. I'm snappy.
Yeah.
He had snap when he fought Sugar Ray Leonard. Nobody knows, but I think he had got shot like in the leg not too long before that fight. And he wasn't even supposed to take that fight. He's in there giving Leonard the business. He
Bouncing,
just wasn't in
throwing
shape.
shit out
But
there,
he was
Jeff.
sharp. Floyd is very sharp like a Bruce Lee. Fop.
Yeah.
That's how Floyd Sr. is. And then Floyd Jr., he's all them wrapped up because he can box, he can put snap, or he can put power. Because Floyd's not a one punch, boom.
Right.
None of his uncles was. But his uncles is what? Snappy,
Yeah.
quick, and what?
Shit, fast.
Exactly. And that's
Yeah,
what Floyd is.
yeah.
Exactly. Snappy, pop that power to get you drunk, and you're like, oh shit. And then by that time, he already behind you whooping your ass again.
Okay, so
Right.
so Roger, we got hand movement.
Yeah.
Floyd Sr., what do we
Snap.
have?
Snap.
So snap.
He was crisp about snap. Floyd would hold his hand like this and tell you to jab. So the way to get perfect snap is to relax and last minute tense up at the end.
Oh.
That's
so
that's a snap. Yeah, like Bruce Lee, pow. It's a snap
Yeah.
at the end. So you have to relax your body and be calm in order to snap. That's why if you look at him, he talked nice and tight and relaxed. When I say tight, you're not actually tight. When I say tight, it's like if you had to be inside a silhouette, your body should be like this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like terms, tightness don't mean
Yeah, it just mean being
tightness mean tight and right. Like get your shit together, nice and you ready to go. Like as if you about to
about to
yeah,
draw
you
that.
ready,
right?
you ready. So it's your draw right here. And man, but like even Mayweather Stewart, what none of the Mayweathers taught me, and Mayweather Stewart taught me your first defense is what? Your hands. If you look at a lot of crunk fighters, they fight that style here. You gotta make it past my hands to hit my face. And before you make it past, after you make it past my hands, you gotta beat my feet.
Right.
So he told me your first defense. Most people try to slip and do all this crazy shit. Your first defense is your hands. You look at Sugar Ray Robinson, Benny
Klitschko
Briscoe.
boys.
Klitschko,
Keep
use your
hands out
oh,
there.
you open your hand up. It's like a boxing match.
Right.
So at that point, when people throwing punches, you hand
just
patting,
catching the
you
motherfucker.
hand patting their ass.
Damn, I
Floyd-
never even.
And Floyd, remember look at that Floyd Canelo fight. Every time Canelo thought he's about to do something, Floyd had his hands out
Yeah,
here.
keep your hands
you can't
up.
Get, yeah, I never.
Fighter has to make it past. You look at old school fighters and they had their chins up. They had their chins really down because they knew that in order for you to throw a punch, you gotta make it past my hands. So you weren't worried about
That's
no
dope.
punches. That's
Yeah.
the science behind it. But boxing's changed since then. But I still practice the boxing where I can have my hands right here in my chest.
Because of your athleticism.
Athleticism and me knowing boxing, I can touch your elbows for you to throw a punch. You got to move your elbow to throw a punch. If my hand is like this, you can't throw a punch. My hand is like this on your elbows. Look at
Oh,
Foreign-
so you.
my hands are open.
Kinda like
That's some. He told me yesterday, if you give me 10 minutes, I can teach you enough to whoop
Yes.
any nigga. And I already got.
Like,
you reckon
if
just
you look at George, you look at George Foreman, right?
Yeah.
George Foreman mastered the technique. Everybody looked at him as a brawler. He has a doctor's behind making you go which way he wants you to go. So like, only way I can explain it, I'm gonna show you because you big. Come on, get up.
Hold on, let him get you in frame. You get them in frame when they get up? They might have to back up a little bit, huh?
I ain't realize he's damn tall. Damn.
He ain't do nothing, bro. No. He just left. Yeah.
He's missed all the
Just
layers.
clean gutters.
So Blaze, we about to get Blaze. Cause look, this nigga think he could whoop Tyson.
I mean, he is big as shit. I know he's this big. He might be able to.
Yeah.
Put your hands up, right? Like you about to fight. All right, so we about to fight, right? Say you want to touch my chest with that right hand, so go ahead and throw right hand in my chest. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. You can't throw right if I just touch your elbow. Even if it's not hard, it's just brushing you off. Throw right hand and get in my chest. You feel me? So people don't realize with Foreman, he would do this with your hands to make you throw. So when you throw your jab, throw that jab. You hear, he's stepping in. So people don't use the push technique. Mine
Right.
used to be right here. You can't throw a punch. Don't throw a punch. That's why old school boxing gloves had thumbs on.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah.
Oh wow.
What changed that rule? Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what else both changed in that? It went from 15 rounds to 12.
12, yeah.
Sugar Ray Leonard did all that in one night. He changed the whole.
And one night.
Hold on, we're gonna get into that right now. So okay, so
Oh.
you saying look, go back to what you were saying right before you sat down.
What, Sugar Ray Leonard changed
About
it?
how the changing the rounds,
Oh,
and
yeah.
how all that.
So that happened when Marvin Hagler fought Sugar Ray Leonard. The rounds went from 15 to 12, and they went from thumbless gloves to the gloves who have thumbs attached. That was the benefit of Sugar Ray Leonard, and they made it a bigger ring. I think it's supposed to be like 12 by 12 or something, but it's like 15 by something crazy. It was a big ass ring. You look
Right.
at the fight, Sugar Ray Leonard is moving like he's supposed to the first 5-6 rounds and holding. Now Hagler is what? He's a pressure fighter. He's a bully. With thumbs, you can grab people with them gloves. You don't realize that, but how I grabbed your elbow? Can you imagine pushing as hard as you can? I grab your elbow. That's gonna tire your ass out. And what did Hagler do? Hagler's here. He's thumping on your inside, so he's trying to he's gonna use his hands to make sure he gets inside you. When he gets inside, it's over with. So best thing you could do is put them new gloves with the thumbs attached, so your hands can only move so much.
I didn't know that because it's funny. It always seems like
Yeah.
boxing had a special interest behind that fight
Oh,
because the way they did Hagler, and Hagler did the right thing. You know, I'm retired, man. F this. I ain't dealing with this. It seemed like everything was against him that night. I didn't even
oh, it
realize
was
the
from the paycheck to him getting that fight. Hagler worked his ass off to get to that point. He was never
10
getting.
years, wasn't it?
He was never getting. They booed him when he won the world championship over in, I think, in the UK. They was throwing hot dogs and bottles. Yeah, because he was always an underdog. Because what, he's tough. You got to call him like he changed his government name to Marvelous to
Marvin.
get that respect because he wasn't getting the respect he deserved in real life. So
Wow.
he says, if I put Marvelous in my name, literally,
They gotta respect.
they have to say, call me Marvelous because he wasn't getting the respect of Sugar Ray Leonard, who was really marvelous.
Right.
Marvin Hagler was fucking marvelous, but he had to change his name because the game wasn't giving him the respect he deserved. He's fighting on these cards, and he's like, "How come I'm making 100,000 and Sugar Ray Leonard is making 5 million?
Right.
This ain't right." And
Right.
we got the same record, same weight. What's the difference?
That phase should have happened in 81, 82.
Man, it's the politics and the people pulling strings behind boxing, just like at the job. Maybe you should have got the job, but strings pulling, we're gonna give him the job.
Right.
What you gonna do? Because it's you against them now.
Do you think Sugar Ray Leonard ran from Aaron Pryor?
Hell yeah, everybody did, especially when he's on that dope. Yeah, when he was coaching, hey, everybody know when he hopped up and he said, "Give me the other bottle." Something was in that bottle.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what
Crack
nobody
juice.
said.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, RP the legend, but something was in that bottle.
Yeah, Sugar. That's when he had that Lori Lightfoot afro, the little
That's,
mini
hey, that's
afro.
when he,
yeah.
the Hawk, when he pointed at you across from that ring, you knew you about to be fighting your ass off the whole night. He gonna be in your chest. He gonna be in your yes all night, right there in front of you. That's an awful fight. He ain't gonna let you breathe. He ain't gonna let you think. You can't even wink. Can't do shit.
That's that dope boxing for sure. You ever seen two base heads fight?
Yeah, man.
The zeal and the intensity is incredible.
It's
They just-
amazing.
it's over. For
Crazy
the
part,
physicality.
it's in spurts.
And you hear this in a lot of the base head fight. Now I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Nah, it's okay, motherfucker. I'll be right back.
ain't going nowhere. Just walking. I'll be back.
The closest I came to that is seeing Autobots get angry.
Hey, so okay, cool. So we got, from Roger we got moving your hands.
Yeah.
From Floyd Senior we got snap.
Yeah.
Snap is when you keep your body loose right before you hit your target. You
Imagine Bruce Lee. Just imagine Bruce Lee. That's what he transferred over to boxing. That's the type of technique he taught. Relax and snap at the end, like flow like water. Water can flow into any instrument you put it into.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
next we got a manual or somebody before a manual.
Manuel Stewart.
Okay, so talk about the differences in a manual as opposed to your cousins.
Well, Manuel taught, your first defense is your hands and then your feet.
Well, okay, we went over that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
And
who's
I
after a
I
manual?
would say, before any of those guys was Hank Johnson.
Hank Johnson.
Hank Johnson taught me to shift my way to 6-inch punch, which is like a Joe Louis knockout punch. Joe Louis mastered the 6-inch punch where he could throw a punch this far and knock you out because he's shifting his whole body into the punch. So at this point, he's not hitting you with his hand. His hand's the vessel. He's shifting all his weight and hitting you with nothing but just dead weight. But it's so calm, you don't think it's nothing on it. And you just, I'm going to eat this, and he puts you to sleep because everything's on it. So like Joe Louis, he mastered, it's called the 6-inch punch. The punch only had to travel 6 inches for him to knock you out. So how you stop a punch like that? You can't. You look at anybody, they either knocked him out or he knocked them out.
Right.
So my coach taught that. And you know what? I almost left him because for 4 months we practiced nothing but this 6-inch hook. And I'm like, man, I ain't about to knock nobody out with this shit.
Yeah.
I'm for real. I'm hitting this bag and it look just like this. It's just it's just a shift, just like this. I'm just shifting my feet. Man, I went to this tournament and won my first national title, knocked this Puerto Rican out the first day with it. Boom. He knocked his dick in the dirt. He fell dick first. Boom. And my coach said, see, I told you.
The shit you thought that wasn't gonna work.
Hey, that's usually what it is. The shit that you think's not going to work is going to work.
What was going through your head in the transition to using that motherfucker? You was like,
Talking
man,
to the mic.
Oh, my bad. What was it?
Put it back on there so
Oh.
it's the level.
He told me to hold it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just keep it up there.
So, like, what was the transition going before? Did you doubt it before you threw the motherfucker?
Nah, you have to like obliterate doubt. You have to destroy doubt. Doubt don't exist. It's just shit. You ain't got doubts when you ain't got no doubt when you back there shooting dice with the homies. You shooting strong.
Right.
Everything. Baby needs shoes. Wife needs some clothes. You shoot the motherfucker. Same way with boxing. You just gotta roll the dice.
Question: do you think you can knock one of his strong ass teeth out in 6 inches?
Who?
Is that his? Look at his mouth. Look at his
Shit.
teeth. You think you can knock a tooth out in 6 inches?
Shit, knock his tooth out. Shit, I give you a neck. I hit your ass so hard, boy.
You heard him? He said gonna give you a neck.
That's it. Knock your head off your shoulder. Okay, so the Puerto Rican trainer you have now
Yeah.
is the one who taught you the 6-inch punch.
No,
that was the first trainer.
That's
when
the
you was
first
a kid.
trainer. The coach I got now taught me this walk, which is it's the Max Bear walk. So my coach I have now he's a Southpaw. So if you don't know, like Southpaws in the 80s and 90s, they're very slick because they fought at an angle. Everything's at an angle. Like in the middle of their body, they ain't square like this. They're at a complete angle. So they're only giving you this side of their body because the other side is over here. You can't get to it. This side, you can't get to it. Me and you fighting, I'm not fighting you like this. I'm fighting you at a slick angle. Now look, all you see is this side.
James Toney.
James Toney, but he's orthodox. This is more like a Pernell Whitaker.
Right.
Slickness.
Sweet pea.
Sweet pea fighting at an angle. So him being left-handed, he's teaching me a whole. I'm learning boxing, but from the other side
Right.
of a southpaw boxing. It's completely different because they don't throw jabs. They throw hooks.
Right.
And his mindset behind it, which is crazy, but he thinks it's because the earth and gravity and how the earth is tilted. That's why southpaws don't jab like this. They hook because they're pulled to throw this way. They don't fight. If you flip an orthodox fighter, they don't fight that way. They fight a completely different way than an orthodox fighter. It's completely different. It's
Right.
crazy. It's completely different. Like hooping, I'm pretty sure motherfuckers who are left-handed, they be doing moves and shit that's way different than a
Right.
right-handed person because it works for them that way.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Wow. So
Like-
how do you what made you pick this trainer? What was it about him?
Man, I didn't pick him. Like boxing is like boxing choose you. Anything in boxing, you don't pick, it chooses you. When it's time to, you have it. No
Right.
matter how hard you fight, how hard you train. If you're not supposed to have it, it's not gonna happen.
Right.
So man, I went through these coaches, and I'm like, man, I keep getting dealt a bad hand in coaches. And the crazy thing is, he saw me before I saw him. I was fighting. He said, I was fighting a couple years ago, and he saw me on TV. And he talks like this. He's Puerto Rican, but he's from Hawaii,
Yeah.
and he moved to New York.
That's hilarious.
So all the islands. Yeah.
So
The Caribbean island.
they think he thought he was a baby Samoan growing up. Like, man, how come I
So,
ain't
like,
raised everybody else?
Yeah, like his voice. He'd be like, make it more better, Sims. Make it more better. That's how he talk. So he told me, he was like, Sims, I saw you on the TV, and I'm like, I'll train that kid. That's the only kid I know I could train because of the boxing. Like, I'm gonna go back to my voice, but because of the boxing that he knows that's the only person that he'd be willing to train because we understand the same boxing. But he said there's little things is off, but you're doing a whole lot of shit naturally that you don't even know. There's a whole nother world of boxing he opened me up to because every coach that I had, besides Emmanuel Stewart and Hank Johnson and Rogers and the Mayweathers, would tell me this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Don't do that. When actuality is right, depending on the coach because they know how to use this. If you don't know how to use it, then you see it as a flaw. In actuality, it's a weapon.
It'd be the
Real
equivalent to
culture.
somebody, he see bullets. Then all you gotta do is put them in a gun. But when he see you with the bullets, you throwing them at people. Motherfucking bullets don't work. Well, nah, nigga, put it in a gun and shoot it, you stupid
Man.
motherfucker.
And it's like a good basketball coach. Like a good shooting coach is gonna let you keep your form. He's gonna modify the form that you have.
He's
You
gonna-
can't
he's gonna
change
add.
somebody's form.
He's going to add, but a lot of times now with these coaches, they've gotten popular, have gotten known with this type of fighter, this type of style, so they try to put that on you because that's what they know. That's why Roger said motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.
That's real tough.
Yeah.
And we're gonna play a song from the Chill Never Withers, man. We're gonna play Bitch Ninja.
What? It's a
Go ahead
song?
and play Bitch Ninja. It's a song from this LP I put out called The Chill Never Withers. It's called Bitch Ninja. Did you find that? You didn't find it, huh? Okay, let's see here.
I
Hold on.
want to see this. So what be your mindset behind fighting Mike Tyson? What you gonna do? Keep him at reach?
Well, hold on. I think we'll come back. One second.
Oh.
My bad, champ.
I was just talking.
Yeah. No, I want you to ask that on camera.
okay, for
I
sure.
want you to really grill him.
You ain't criticism. You let a man cartwheel then punch you and said you wasn't living with him. They show out around you. Won't do a thing about it. Thugging and harmonizing. Watch them sing about it. You have a white mind. You think blacks are lazy and mixing Kool-Aid with they white wine. And that's the thing about it. Can't even talk to you. Ghost of a real nigga. Watch me walk through you. You fight the girl, man. Cuss out the mailman. Go to jail, man. Become a trail man. And that's the thing about it.
That's a good title to a song, but it ain't like a song.
And now I'm thinking about it. Bitch ninja. You a bitch ninja. You probably fuck around and try to kick it. Can they hear it? Bitch ninja. You a bitch ninja. You probably fuck around and try to kick ninja. You a bitch ninja. You a bitch ninja. You probably fuck around and try to kick ninjas. You a bitch ninja. You a bitch ninja. You probably fuck around and try to kick. I'm telling you, it's trained. And I know what you'll say. You'll run way back over there and say shit's happening today. The money, the ops, the drop. But I ain't no dope dealer and I ain't running from no cops. And why should I? I'm so hard to find. If I had to hire a private eye, cause I'm a private
like
guy.
this for you.
Everybody knows what I did. Not even my kids. It stays in their hearts. It's blood on the bib.
Don't
Your
face
mother
it
wanna
like
get
this for
wishes.
you,
I'm
nigga.
not from Hollywood. She was good for the dishes and to buy some fries. Call me when you get done, cause I'm a punk. Though I'm not a good father, I'ma need my chunk. You a bitch ninja. You a bitch ninja. You probably fuck around and try to kick ninja. You a bitch ninja. You a bitch ninja. You probably fuck around and
Yeah, so for the next song when we play it, I wanted to play with the mics off. You know what I mean? So they can just hear the song. I don't know if that's possible doing it through YouTube.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, cool. So we'll get back into it, and then I'll tell you when to play the next one. Okay, cool. All right, so we know the homie been calling out Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
You had a question for him?
I said, what would be your mindset to beat Mike Tyson?
What would be my mindset?
Shit, like what's the plan?
Man,
Oh shit! This like, hey, every press conference I've seen like this.
Greases edges.
First, I'm gonna eat right. I'm gonna be on a good diet.
then I'm gonna take my glasses off.
Take my
real
glasses off.
slow.
Let her know I'm
Grease my
serious.
edges.
Real
You
quick.
never show up on my motorcycle. I know I'm gonna do that. Got to be cool.
Got to be cool.
All right, so I need to hear this. He's talking about he gonna whoop Mike. I need to know.
Yeah, man. I don't need no plan. I mean, you know, when you practice.
See, like this is my professor, so like I know I've seen this. I've seen these answers before, so I'm just like I'm listening because I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do what I do, man. You know, I'm already feud, man. Since he whipped the boy on the airplane. That dude was a Kraig factor, man, and I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? He got a right to listen to whatever podcast he want to. And Mike picked on him for that, man. So I don't like bullies, man. And
I say jab got to be his number one.
I mean, it's like I won't call it bullies. Like people purposely fucking with Mike Tyson. Like I done faded people purposely fucking with me, and they say, you should have done that. You're a bully. He's fucking with me. He wasn't fucking with none of y'all. So like, if I was on the plane, he lucky. Mike was nice to him. So I ain't gonna be nice.
No, you're agile. Mike can't fit between them little lanes and
No.
lanes. This nigga get in and out them lanes, nigga, and knock you up, wake you back up. Knock you back out, wake you back
What
up.
he's saying, I just seen the outcome be this way. So I it's 50-50 because with that type of confidence and knowing what he know, he ain't saying what he gonna do. Then he might be able to do something.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he said.
Yeah, Blaze, yeah.
See, I'm the manager right now talking for him. This
Yeah.
how this usually go. When they say that shit, that's when the manager got to come and say, he's ready. He's been training all week. He's ready.
He's ready.
When Blaze does this, it's over. When he puts that up,
Who do that?
when he do that,
You be doing that?
Okay.
What? I ain't-
it's over.
Hell yeah.
I say, so you signed with Jay-Z too? Okay.
They go here killing us today.
I'm just asking. I didn't know because I'm like, okay. So that means like he signed with Jay-Z Promotions because that's what they do.
Yeah, right.
Okay, cool. So we just finished talking about the trainer
Yeah,
and how y'all hooked up.
yeah.
So y'all first fight together, was there chemistry or you had to build that
Me and
chemistry?
Ricky's,
Yeah.
man, that shit was hilarious. My first fight with him was in Dubai.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I had almost slapped his coach at a gym, so I can say that was almost my first fight because like Ricky was there and he told me chill out. But my actual first fight was in Dubai when I fought for the W title I have with me. We're in the ring and he told me, "Hey Sims, don't get a speeding ticket." That's what he said when he told me slow down, right? So I'm in the middle of a fight. I'm like, okay, I got you. And he kept like his thing. He says a whole fucking fight, which is so dope. I've never seen a coach do this. He recites like mafia movie sayings the whole fucking fight. Forget about it. He's a fugazi. Forget about him. The whole fight. You can hear from the corner. That's it. He's bada bing boom. He's dead. Forget about him, right? But it was amazing this connection we had because it's the first time I didn't feel alone since Emmanuel Stewart or Mayweather or Hank Johnson passed away because my fight before that when I fought for the WBO and I lost. I had a coach who tried to leave the day before and catch a flight out because I didn't give him 20% as a manager.
Right.
And he was a coach. He wanted more money, so he left.
Right.
So ultimately, he showed me that this paper was more important than our relationship, which I've known him for 20 years.
Right.
Wow.
You know, I grew up without a father, so a man that's been in my life for that long, as far as my boxing life,
Man.
that I believe in. Every time I go in here, go to war, I'm going off of what he told me. And then to flip on me like that,
Yeah, that's
made me doubt everybody around me. It made me see everything for what it was. So you know what? Speaking on it was a blessing because now, the coach I got would never do that shit.
I bet you beat
He don't
the
let
dog.
me. He don't let me walk by myself at a fight. He with me all the time.
Yeah.
Sims, we gotta walk more better. We gotta go do this, Sims.
Yeah.
Always calling me, asking me. This is what he always say, which is crazy. Anybody know me? No, I don't like do like any crazy type of drugs and shit like that. But he always call me, be like, Sims, you ain't doing heroin, are you? I swear to God, all the time, like at least once or twice a week. You smoking no crack, are you? I said, Coach, like you was up in New York in the '80s, not me, okay? He be sitting around, say you doing no heroin between your toes, huh? And he don't do no drugs and nothing like that, but he just always calling me, asking me crazy shit because usually fighters have some crazy type of addiction behind closed doors. That's what makes us crazy in the first place. You feel me?
Niggas shoot heroin between their toes.
Oh yeah.
So they can hide the
So
marks.
So they can hide the needle marks. They shoot their legs. They won't shoot their arms and shit.
Yeah, I heard somebody in boxing say the hardest thing with boxing, with dealing with fighters, is getting fighters to the fights and getting them because they be into all kind of crazy
You
stuff.
got two types of side of fighters. You got fighters who like they have demons that they'll never talk about, so they gotta use something to kill it.
Yeah.
You got fighters who attack those demons head on, and you see it. Like you would say, Muhammad Ali, he didn't go and start using dope, and they stopped him from fighting.
Yeah.
And they blacklisted him because he didn't want to go to the army. What did he start doing? He started going around and talking to kids and became a magician and used his gift on the world.
Right.
Most fighters don't do that.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, like Alexis Aguayo, he killed himself. He became, like, I think, president of his country, like, or he became, like, mayor or something big government.
Yeah, somebody. He's in politics for a
And
little bit.
I guess, like they said, he never really dealt with, him, like, giving up boxing or whatever the case was or losing. It was, it's awful, but you got two types of fighters. Fighters who can deal with that shit, to deal with that demon and use it, and then fighters who, usually it's the crazy fighters you see
Right.
on TV all riled up. There's something deeper behind that shit.
Right.
Because we fighters, we ain't got to act like that. We about to fight. I ain't got to act all crazy and talk to you crazy and tell them to kill your mama and choke you and all this,
Yeah.
You look at Mike Tyson now, you see Mike Tyson now as a man. He was dealing with hell. You feel me?
Yeah, he was.
But at the time, y'all just see him like as this crazy, just raging bull who's just like can't be controlled. He's not listening. He's dangerous. Not knowing everybody fucking poking him and fucking with him and trying to cheat him and steal from him around him.
Was Manny Pacquiao on steroids?
What? I mean, he got a head like Barry Bonds, bro. I don't know if he on steroids.
Man.
Shit.
Man.
Hey,
I ain't gonna lie, his head about the same size as his, boy. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Hey.
crazy.
No, for his body, his calves and his head is huge. You like a little cartoon figure running around.
Hey, I bet
know?
that fight you had when the trainer left you the day before, I bet you beat the shit out that dude.
No, man, actually,
Hey,
that's my one loss. That fight was awful. I'm fighting my first world title. I'm fighting a South American killer. What we call those South American killers. Most people from South America can punch. They
Yeah.
got this natural strength that's just like a wrecking ball hitting you.
Right, right.
You look at like I can't even think of fighters right now, but yeah, man, he hit me in the 4th round. I'm like, Coach, what round is it? Well, it's the 8th round. I thought it was the 4th round. Like he
Right.
hit 4 rounds out of me. It's the
Yeah.
first time, yeah. And he had these. Crazy part was, like, it's like the unseen. But usually, you bring your gloves to the fighter. You have like you send them to the promoter, and then they bring your gloves out when it's time to look at your gloves 2 days before. His
Yeah.
gloves was already used. But I'm fighting for the Latino title, so I can't really say much about it. I'm just like,
Oh,
you
you
know.
can be non-Latino and get the Latino
So
title?
my mother's Cuban, so that's
Cuban,
what allowed
okay.
me to fight for
Yeah.
the Latino title. So, and my father's African American, mother's were Cuban and Native. She's Cuban and Native American.
Yeah.
A rapper host. Y'all could crack jokes
The
about that
rapper
shit later.
tribe.
Yeah.
Rapper.
You got to give head to get out this track.
I'm from
Head, you're a lifetime member, but I mean, if you suck my dick, you ain't
Hey,
got to fuck with
I had to rap a hoe. You
Yeah,
feel me?
I got a question.
yeah, they're across the street from our tribe, man. We're the Smackahoe tribe.
Back on the track. I got a question. What was your thoughts on the drunken master Emmanuel Augustus? And
He
his
talked about that.
He was Floyd Mayweather's hardest fight. He was a master because he did all that, but if you dissect that, there's a rhythm
Yeah. He already in his
of
rhythm.
being
That's
unpredictable. That's the rhythm. Boom, it's a rocking. So no matter what you do, anything that's coming this way, I'm going this way or this way with it. And eventually you get to punching at where you think I'm going to be at versus where I'm actually at. And you get looking fucking stupid because you punch in air. Because you think I'm going to be over here, but I done broke the rhythm. And now I'm doing this shit and I'm stopping and doing weird shit. You know what I'm saying? My body locked up and you hit me and I bounce back and hit you. You like, you know.
I thought the judges took a lot of fights from him.
Of course,
because
of course.
the way he acted.
I mean, people fear what they don't understand. That boxing is something he created. How anybody else going to understand it? So
Right.
it's a beat inside his head that nobody else can see.
Right.
Who was the hardest? What fighter's rhythm was hardest for you to get?
Well, when I
like,
was fighting him,
yeah, like I just can't dial into this.
Montana Love. Montana Love, he's a big fighter right now. He fights like maybe 145, 147. But when we was kids, we used to bet like donuts and like 50-cent honey buns for at fights because he lived in Ohio, I lived in Indiana. So when we had regionals, we would meet and we knew once we go there, we going to nationals, we gonna whoop everybody.
Right.
Because I seen him in nationals for like 14, 15 years straight as a kid.
Right.
So it's like, this is my partner now. Man, we fought when we was like maybe at the 10 or 11, man. And my mom was crying, his mama crying because we best friends, but we had to fight because I got bigger and now we're in the same weight class.
Right.
But like, we was different because we both had like crazy mamas, but I had the materialistic things I needed. He did it. So like his mom, he came up rough. He came up the hard way. So he used to come like and carry a pistol. into the weigh-ins. He 12 years old carrying a big-ass pistol in the weigh-ins, taking off a peacoat with Jim Jones braids and tattoos, but he 12 years old. It's no fucking lie. You can look at these pictures. Montana Love. Anybody know Montana Love
I remember
now?
that name, yeah.
They don't know the Montana Love back then. Montana Love now is like happy with this little dog and smiling and shit. When we was kids, everybody was scared of Montana Love because he carried a pistol and he was grown as shit.
Yeah.
He was grown.
Right.
So we fought and ended up beating him. He's a southpaw, but he would check hook. So he gave you like the idea that he was here because he put all his weight on his front foot. And when you go to throw the punch, he changed all his weight from his front foot to his back foot, almost like a fadeaway.
Yeah, right.
You think it's there, and then where you trying to jump at, I already dictated how far I'm about to go back. You ain't gonna be able to beat it because I already outthought you.
Right.
So that's how like it was always hard. 'Cause he's always a step ahead of me being a southpaw. He's always sliding back, and I'm coming to him.
Right.
It's like a linebacker waiting for a running back every time. You're going to be on my move because you got to make the move I make.
Right.
I got the rock, so it's all for me. Because,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I'm coming to you.
Yeah.
So I was coming to him trying to get him, and, man, I beat him. But it's the hardest fight I ever had because it's like I thought I was 2-3 steps ahead of him, and he had beat me every time.
You ever thought you killed somebody in the ring?
Yeah. Many times.
He said, I just keep.
You know what? Many times I didn't put motherfuckers to sleep and woke them back up. You know you could do that, right? If you hit a motherfucker and you knock them out, like almost when they out on their feet, don't hit them again. Because you hit them again, they might wake back up.
Yeah.
And they be like brand new. You know that?
Started this nigga.
Swear to God.
You just rejuvenated me with that right there. I'm back. Nigga.
Hey, real shit. I hit motherfucker. I hit him again. He was like, woo. I was like, oh, shit.
I seen that before at school one time. Nigga got knocked out.
Yeah.
And nigga kicked him in the face. He got back up,
Right
trying to
up.
fight again.
Hey, I had homeboys. I go check him in the locker room afterwards after the fight. Like, you good? He's like, man, I'm hyped. I'm ready to go fight in front of my family, see everybody. You don't know he got knocked out in the 4th round 30 minutes ago. But you see, that's the mind. That's the shock of, like, you can really knock some shit out of motherfucker's head.
For real, motherfucker did already lost. The fight, they in the locker room warming up for the fight.
That's why I be telling, like, you know, I don't like fighting. I don't fight pedestrians, but, like, you fight me, I'll make you forget your name, homie.
That's some crazy
You mad a motherfucker hit you, somebody asks you what's your name, you like, God damn, I don't know what my name is. Motherfucker hit me last week. That's the one thing I can't remember. I know my job, my phone number, my social kid.
First professional fight.
My first professional fight, I almost lost, man. I fought a motherfucker named James Guy with one gold tooth.
His last name was God.
Guy. No, guy like a guy.
Oh, God.
G-U-Y.
Yeah, one go too.
Carl
Yeah, one gold
Withers.
tooth. That's why I knew I couldn't trust him. Motherfucker got one gold tooth meaning cheap because he ain't got two. You feel me? So, yeah, man.
One goal too.
Exactly, right? It ain't 1999.
One
You
goal
feel
tooth,
me?
please.
What was so tough about James Guy?
Somebody I know named Reggie Strickland. Reggie Strickland actually has the worst record in the history of boxing.
What's the nigga record, bro?
You can look it up. It's really bad. He's from Indianapolis. But here's the crazy thing. He throws fights purposely. That's what he does. He throws fights, right?
Yeah.
He's a matchmaker too, so he works on the other side of boxing. Like he know he could get paid building other people's careers. But one time this motherfucker pissed him off and disrespected him, and he knocked him out because Reggie can really fight. So what Reggie used to do is Reggie used to like collect spit in his mouth and shit, and wait for you to hit him and spit the spit out like you hit him hard. Because he knew if he do that, you know, actually knock him out, he can go and fight next weekend and make another check taking the L. Versus you knock him out, and now he can't fight.
Oh, wow.
But somebody disrespect him, some upcoming undefeated fighter, 15-0, 15 knockouts. Reggie is like 60 wins or like 400 losses or some shit. Reggie slept this motherfucker. But guess who Reggie know? Reggie know Beeman, old man Beeman I was talking about. You know, this old 90-year-old man who slept a young dude. This man had a breathing tube on, right? He had a breathing tube on, like an IV in his arm with a little, you know, old man had a little patch of cotton with a little tape over it. Yeah, and he had liver spots. So that's an old ass man. Somebody disrespected him, whatever the case was. They hopped in the ring. He pulled all that shit off and whooped him, stuck him out. Hopped back and put his breathing mask on and everything. This motherfucker, they both know each other. Because the boxing I know is like, we don't punch the target. We punch through the target. It's like LA known for, West Coast boxers known for, you know, similar to how your swag is and how you talk. I'm going to press you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't no punk. I'm about to give you these hands. Usually the mentality of wherever you're at is how you're going to how they gonna box.
Right.
It's like
Same
Philly-
with basketball. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Philadelphia, you go to New York, it's gonna be different than down south than
Right.
it is in the Midwest. The Midwest, everybody's strong. So like coming up, motherfuckers is strong. They may not be fast, but if they hit you, they putting you to sleep. So that's why I got good at being sharp because like there, everybody's strong.
Right.
What's there? Corn.
Yeah.
Corn fed, just yeah.
Motherfuckers is strong.
So the guy that's 60 and 400, his name is Reggie.
His name is Reggie Strickland, and well, he's like been behind some of the biggest fights in boxing. He's built some of the biggest records. But you know, it's a guy. It's a white boy named damn it, he knocked out Hector Chavez. Not Hector
white boy.
Chavez. No, he knocked out the Puerto Rican. What's the Puerto Rican's name with the S curl?
you talking
Hector
about-
Camacho.
Yeah,
Hector
okay.
Camacho.
Yeah, he knocked out Hector Camacho, and you can look this up. His name is can't even think of his name. But the crazy part, man, if he's watching this, I ain't even trying to mess with you, man. Like we tight. But he wear a toupee, right? So I tell people all the time, like, he knocked out Hector Camacho. He's like, man, this motherfucker didn't knock out no Hector Camacho. Hector Camacho knocked that shit off his head. You feel me? He got a whole toupee on his head.
During the fight.
Yeah.
He knocked my
His name is
toupee off.
Craig. His name is Craig.
Is it?
His name is Craig Hawk, I think. Look it up. His name is Craig Hawk. Look.
Fight over if
With
you
a
knock
C,
my toupee
not a K. It's with a C, not a K.
Okay.
That's wild. So there's an actual profession of people who help. It's not a promoter. It's just people who help build fighters' records.
I mean, like some people, you call them like smoker fights. It's like fights you'll have like, not at a casino, but like maybe conventional, everybody's just drinking, or maybe like at a hockey arena. Those are smoker fights.
Right. Okay.
Where like the ring girls is ugly and shit. That's these call smoker fights, right?
Yeah.
Like these, like you walk into the ring, you stepping on peanut shells and chicken bone wings. These are smoker fights.
Yeah.
So the smoker fight, man.
Smoker fight.
This boxing culture, man. It's something you gotta know. You gotta be a
Hey.
boxer to know this shit.
Smoker
Yeah.
fight, you pay to get on the card. So you pay for a slot fee, maybe $500 to get on the card,
Wow.
and then you can bring your own opponent. You pay for your own opponent. On the card. So you're paying somebody to fight you, but here's the thing: even though he knows he's going there to lose, he's still gonna try to win. So if he lands a punch, he can knock you out. That's what's crazy, right? So that's the scary part. Like, I know I'm not about to get knocked out by some motherfucking 60 and 200. You feel me? Like 60 wins with 200. Like, can you imagine that? So I fought this one dude, man, named Rayco Saunders. They call it Journeymen. I fought this Journeyman, right?
Why do they call them journeymen?
Called Journeyman because these guys are like guys who had a great record, was going up, but something happened, but they decided to stay in boxing because they make money that way. So usually they got a lot of losses, but they know how to survive, and they're still kind of dangerous. But they know they know they may lose, they're going to lose, but they still, they fought like world champions. So you gauge yourself against how quick you can knock them out or how quick you can stop them.
Right.
Because if, say, Andre Ward stopped them in 10 rounds and you stop them in 6, okay, I'm getting somewhere.
Yeah. Right.
Andre Ward tried to, but if I could do it in 6, then that's just an example. So I fought this guy named Rayco Saunders, and he had fought like Andre Ward and a couple big names. And afterwards, too, with Journeyman, you ask them after the fight, like, you know, what should I have done different? Because they've been in there with the top guys.
Right.
And they're used to feeling certain beatdowns to let you know, okay, this was the beatdown. He's doing this well. He's doing this. They can tell you, like, when I was hurt, you should have hopped on me this time. Or you was over me too much. You shouldn't let me breathe. You need to be on me right here, or you're on me too much. They can tell you these things by experience. Sometimes it's better than the coach because the coach he don't know what it feels like getting his ass beat 17 times.
So they give you notes on the ass whooping you gave them?
Yes.
Dope.
But I'm saying not all of them do.
Who
Only
gave you
ones
the
that
best
do.
notes?
Huh?
What journeyman gave you the best notes?
Man, I'd probably say the last one I just fought. His name was well, I didn't just fight him, but I took a 2-fight deal. So I'm gonna say this for everybody watching. I took a 2-fight deal to fight Dave Morrell. Dave Morrell has the WBA world title right now. So I took a fight, like a tune-up fight, on the same card as him, and I was gonna fight him the next fight. So I signed a 2-fight deal. They ripped up the contract after they seen me whoop this other guy. So the guy they gave me
Oh,
had
you want me
fought.
to fight that motherfucker?
Yeah.
Gotcha, man.
So the
Fuck
guy
this,
the guy
man.
they gave me, he's a known journeyman. So like usually he give motherfuckers run for their money. He don't get knocked out. He don't get stopped. Like he's slick. He might whip your ass. He's from Florida, a little mean motherfucker. So I got in there with him, and the first jab I hit him with is like an explosion of blood, just right in my face.
Damn.
Because now how I'm learning how to box is a different boxing.
Right.
Like now I'm learning to be a real fucking weapon to lock shit. It's different than just hitting people.
Right.
I'm hitting you with a pole at this point. Because now I'm perfecting over it. And I don't train with boxing gloves. I train with old school mittens. You know, little mittens?
Right.
Yeah.
I train with mittens on. So when I'm punching, everything is locking. I'm locking everything. A boxing glove, I don't use that shit no more.
Right.
But anyways, yeah, I hit him with the jab and closed his eye, everything. He said he's never been hit that hard in his life. And he fought some of the hardest punchers ever in my weight class.
Right.
He told me, man, anybody that feels your jab, he said, I don't know what the fuck they gonna do, because he said, like, he panicked. He didn't know what to do.
Wow.
So it's like my coach, I haven't even known my own power, because my coaches that I had who didn't know shit, when they found out I could punch, all they wanted me to do was punch.
They try to just turn you into a
Yeah, like, you
knockout
can punch now. We're gonna make him knock everybody out, and we can see like we made him do that. Like, nah, I'm a boxer puncher. I wanna work what works for me.
Right.
So like with this coach, he slows everything down to where like everything I do now is dangerous. Everything got power on it. How? Because I'm relaxed.
Right.
It's like a dead body. A dead body is heavier because it's completely relaxed than
Right.
it would be moving and alive.
Right.
So I had that same physics to relax and then slinging some shit. Like James Toney is the most relaxed fighter to ever walk this planet.
Right.
There will never be a fighter as relaxed as him.
Man,
Right.
she turned that neck just
Oh,
a little
no.
bit.
Yeah, he having fun.
Yeah.
One second.
Go ahead.
We're gonna play another song. Look, hold on. Before you play the song, it's called Emmett Till.
Oh shit.
I made this song
Dope.
from the perspective of a pimp that's pimping white bitches to get revenge for Emmett Till's
Oh,
murder.
this is good. You made this song?
Yeah,
How
it's
come-
called
what?
it's called Emmett Till, man. Go ahead and play that Emmett Till, man. Turn the mics off.
It's a dope record.
Nigga, this for Emmett Till. Met her at a bar and grill, she asked me for some pills. Whistle while I'm working, always over, never under kill. Ran about her bullets, had to switch it to a coca deal. Made that candy rain, cause on the fly, I'm so for real. 100 for a gram, going ham on this bogus deal. Sniff it off the bus stop, off of dirt and gum and whatnot. She got the Greek freaking and I told her this is where the buck stops. I know I sold you fake dope, you might have been with them folk. And them folks on impulse give info. But you cool, got her what she needed. Pottery was seated, grew into a funk fest and raw dog in evenings. Too soon, she showed up with a young boy after a blue moon. Said I might be the father, can we honor him with 2 spoons? I'm thinking that we're done here. There's a nun with a gun here, acting like a son here. This gonna hurt the car of you, but I got about 2 more of you. Cause for every tear, there's a volunteer. She's my bitch by proxy, your father was a Nazi. Started whoring you, gave him a black grandchild exploring you. Niggas have a hand and don't play it right, day and night. Ownership to customers with plan like day and light. With that in mind, take a trip in the blind to Spokane, where it's a bigger difference than time. And oh man, we can get this shifting through fine. Too smart and too dark and subject to spine. And there's not a Gonzaga, that's another saga. Too many daughters with mother, father, that's a utter bother. Yeah, you're right. Diligent dummy, into the money, preferably funny. Hop on her mother's couch and start getting it from me. So white, but if a nigga left, she would know right. Might be related to Snow White, Trip, so white. If Emmett Till seen her, think that might be that bitch. No dice. She's working for me now, Mr. Till. She's a lowlife. And Joe's bite on her. Yeah, that's bold. She charges the same niggas that killed you for that lie she told.
Hey, did you see that they're changing slavery like in books for children to involuntary
Servitude, indentured servitude.
like involuntary slave
Yeah.
worker, some shit, some crazy
Is
shit.
it
Not the word
indentured?
slave. No, it's
they take-
involuntary.
They taking that out. They like
Yeah.
their movements around the country. In Michigan, I was in a Twitter space today where like Michigan and like all throughout the country, where they're taking Black history in general out the books. Like
Yes.
the few inventions that they mentioned that we had, they trying to wipe all that out now.
Yes, make
every
it seem like
little thing.
America was just good, all love in Jesus.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's
said
so
that-
unfortunate.
Yeah,
They said they was doing that last year. I remember hearing about that last year.
it's awful.
How you gonna make history PC?
Yeah. I like-
Motherfucker, this is what y'all did to us.
Right.
Just because it's uncomfortable for you to talk to around your kids, because you wanna convey this weird imagery that white folks have always done right by motherfuckers and got no, it's you. Your great grandparents were evil.
Yeah. straight up.
Some of them motherfuckers still living.
Some of them are still living. The bitch that killed Emmett Till, they just put an arrest warrant out for her, and
Just.
this shit happened.
the fuck
50,
out.
Well, no, this-
yeah,
that was
nigga,
gonna be my
70 years
story.
later.
Yeah,
That what happened. The arrest warrant had been out. What happened was the arrest warrant they sent out an arrest warrant initially, but it never got to her. So when the pressure got started mounting for Carolyn Bryant to be arrested a few years ago, their excuse was, we can't find the arrest warrant. So some people like kind of busted up in the police station. They went to the basement, and they found the old arrest warrant from like way back in the 50s. And they're like, okay, we got it now. So for the last week, you've been having people pull up to her old folks' home. All of her addresses, it's been like hundreds of people sitting out front like, y'all need to arrest her.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, if y'all check my Instagram, I called earlier today. The district attorney, they're all their phone number and email. If you look at my IG at Dewan B, I posted their phone numbers. So for people around the country to call in.
Snatch her out that hospital bed, take the IV out her arm, knock out any doctor or nurse that try to stop you, put her old ass in the back of that squad car, take her to that same river, and make her go swimming.
Hey, I bet shit. Every warrant that if we ever got a warrant, that motherfucker found his way to us.
Oh man.
We didn't say
Yeah,
we
it
didn't
did.
see it.
Quick,
Yeah,
fast,
Oh, you
and
didn't see it,
hurry.
but your ass going to jail.
Right.
And it'd be one thing if, okay, y'all, it's on one hand they erasing the history, but even more so they taking away like what we did. Like y'all just, okay, y'all not going to mention the fact that we black people own cars long before Henry Ford. I mean, invented cars long before Henry Ford. Y'all gonna take out the fact that we invented the light bulb and and bioengineering, and y'all don't say y'all want to take out what y'all did to us. Then y'all gonna take away what we did for ourselves.
I mean, look at what's happening. There was
Make sure you switch the view to whoever's talking, please.
there was a brother that was inventing a water powered car,
Oh,
and he just so happened to die in a mass shooting.
Oh yeah, Buffalo.
You feel me?
Grocery
Situations like that. Every person who's created a water power car and water power anything has been obliterated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Was that recent?
Yeah, that was that Buffalo shooting.
Oh,
the
that
police-
nigga that did the what? Oh, wow.
Show only watched 90s movies. He
I'm
ain't
just,
seen
I'm
them
just
yet.
saying,
And
and
cartoons.
look at it. Like I say, my mother's Cuban, right? No Latin kid, Hispanic kid goes and shoots his grandma in the face.
Right.
And then he had this brand new truck and these high tech guns. Where do you get money? It's a poor little Hispanic kid. Where do you get money to do that shit? His grandma didn't give
Oh,
it
the
to him.
Uvalde thing.
You know what I'm saying? It's like even like in Chicago. When we lived in Indiana, I was around this shit all the time. It wasn't like gang killings and shit like it is in LA. You had these little Chicago cats running around with these guns, but they're finding them in crates. These abandoned crates in alleys in Chicago
Same way they found him out here.
with these high powered rifles. Who's putting them there?
Yeah.
We're not putting them there to kill ourselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like being in the Midwest and where I was born at, the Ku Klux, the KKK was right down the street. It originated at Martinsville, Indiana.
Yep.
I lived in Plainfield, Indiana. That's where
Talk
Mike Tyson got locked up at.
Mm-hmm.
So when my mother sent me away at 13 to Vegas because I was fighting with the racist white motherfuckers there. I was fighting with all of them because Martinsville, they still have Confederate flags on the trucks, on their shirts. Avon, they had Confederate flags on their shirts, shit like that. So I'm fighting with them because it's what? Freedom of speech, self-expression. But if you wear a weed flag or a Black Panther shirt or something that I don't like, it sends out the stress. We don't like how it makes us feel. It makes us feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like growing up, it's like I experienced that side of racism, which is like a time period I shouldn't have been in. It's like the 60s or 70s because it's still just as like when they look at you, it's a sense of entitlement, like you're supposed to.
You've been called a nigger before.
Oh, of
bro.
course. It's the only place where I've been called a nigger was in America. I've traveled all across this world, and unfortunately, the racism I receive isn't from, they say we call white people. Because in the hood of white people are what? People who have white skin,
Right.
what we think of. But there's people in England that look like the white people in America, but they don't talk to me or treat me in that class.
Right.
Or when I went to Armenia, when I went to Puerto Rico, it's white people all across the world, people of all skins and color, but it's like in America, it's okay to talk to somebody this way because or feel entitled that you can share your opinion because of somebody's skin color, how they walk, or how they talk. Let's be real. You're entitled to your freedom of speech, but there's consequences to what the fuck you say.
Right.
And that's the issue now.
Yeah.
Them consequences is coming firsthand. But you know, we have all these rules and regulations to protect people and their rights. I said this, but you can't put your hands on me.
Has another
Right.
fighter ever called you a racial slur?
Of course.
Who?
I don't know. I know they have though. I
In their language. This my guy.
You know what? Actually, no. In Armenia, I was fighting for the junior worlds in Armenia, and a guy kept calling me monkey and racist slurs, and I body slammed him, kicked him, and got disqualified. And on the way out, I'm fighting with the Armenians and started a whole riot in Armenia.
Oh, well, that's good.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
Hey, I'm sorry, I'm itching to tell you this, but I gotta tell you what happened when we was at dinner.
Let's talk about it. We went to dinner the other night. We was chilling, man. We was eating some food. Me, him, and his beautiful, girlfriend. And
Don't say wife. She gotta earn that first. She's like him, his beautiful spouse, his wife. You got her hype over there. She hype like "Tu sabes, cabrón." Don't talk to her crazy Puerto Rican ass right now. Yeah.
so we at Yard House. What happened?
So we're at Yard House, and I got my little dog next to me. I'm sitting with you. You're across from me, just how we are now. My girl's next to me, and his friend is next to him. I got my dog next to me. She tells me, the dog keeps barking. Put your hand in here to keep the dog, soothe him, keep him cool. So I'm like, all right. I'm talking to him, and I touch my dog. I'm touching his little chest to keep him cool, and I get to his paw, and he's always really hot. So I'm like, okay, he's mad hot right now. I'm touching his little hand. And you know what essence is? Somebody says essence, they do this shit with their hands.
Like
this.
your aura?
Or something like the essence of something.
Yeah,
right. Well, I did 3 fucking essence hands like this.
I did
with
essences.
with his little hand.
It's
In the middle of talking to him, I'm realizing that I just essence hand a whole piece of shit
Oh.
in my motherfucking hand.
Oh, that's why you looked across.
Yeah, now you know, right? So I'm talking about I'm surprised like how big is this piece of shit in my fucking hand? Take a Twix. It's like a Twix in my fucking hand. I just squished around, right? That ain't the worst part. So I'm like, you know what? I gotta keep it gangster because I got my hand inside. He's talking to me. He's looking at the dog and shit. And it's like mesh material, so I don't know if he can see shit all over my hand. I'm like, obviously he didn't because he popped back up and he's like talking and shit. So I'm cool about it. You know how little napkins and shit has a little paper sticker, keep it closed up, the silverware.
Yeah.
I pop it just like down the table, grab a napkin, put it over my hand, tell my baby, hey, I gotta go, baby. I'm going to the bathroom. So I slide to the bathroom. Shit get crazy. Go to the bathroom, and motherfucker comes right behind me, but I'm not expecting him to be behind me because the door didn't close.
Right.
I take the napkin off, and I got shit all through my hands, on the back of my hands.
Essence your hand.
Man, this is the motherfucker. 'Cause I'm
everywhere.
talking to him like, and we talking about comedy, so I'm like, yeah, I feel that shit. Like, I'm really
This is warm.
So
Hey, at one point I was high as a motherfucker and I was staring behind him. Just how sometimes
Yeah,
you high
yeah.
knock you in, and I remember you look back like, what the fuck is this nigga staring
yeah, I'm thinking like, damn, he must have saw shit on my hand.
at? Yeah, he was-
I'm thinking he's smelling. Because I'm like, man, I know these motherfuckers smell
Nigga
all
had
this
smelling
shit
it on
in my
him,
hand, right? So I got the napkin over it. I'm standing in the bathroom. The motherfucker comes right behind me, right? And I done took my napkin off my hand. And all he sees is me standing by the fucking paper towel machine with shit all over my hand. So before I could say anything, he just stops and was like, whoa. So what he do? He stops. Whoa. And he just walks out. I'm like, bro, it ain't even like that, right?
This ain't my shit on my hand. This is somebody else's
My
shit.
dog shit. It ain't my shit. I made a video of that shit too, right? I showed it to her in the car, like, look what the fuck I had to deal with. She was like, I would have never known. I said, man, I'm over here really like everybody know I got shit all over my hand right now. I know they can smell it because people walking past the door, like, he's so cute.
Hey, you said earlier how, as a boxer and in the game, shit come to you, you know what I'm saying, trainers, and man, maybe that was a sign, man, before you get in the ring, man, clam your hand up with shit,
Man, fuck
put the
all
gloves
that. I
on.
ain't riding no shit.
Yeah, he said all that.
Because that ain't against the rule. to
Nah,
have
he gonna
shitty
do that
gloves.
shit when he fight Tyson. That's the only way his ass gonna win. Still underneath them motherfucking gloves.
Shitty gloves on. That
He
nigga-
gonna try rubbing in his eyes like
Man,
homeboy did to Ali.
Listen.
Yeah, listen to Ali. Rub the shit in his eyes.
I would
Use a shit
I'm gonna
rubber.
turn Mike into your dog. I'm gonna beat the shit out of him.
Oh,
He serious
Yeah,
about it.
get that
Hey.
shit out them shorts, man.
I mean, every man entitled to talk his shit.
Hey,
But Mike Tyson pop up walking through this door because
hey.
You ever hit somebody so hard they shit on themselves?
yeah, I did that in Armenia too. He got East from Lithuania. I hit him and he shit on. It's like a little ball of shit just rolled down his leg.
Little doogie drop.
I hit him in the stomach. 'Cause overseas, a lot of fighters still fight the original style, short shorts and like jock strap. They don't wear like underwear and briefs and shit like how motherfuckers did in the 80s with the assless jock straps and shit.
Yeah.
Under like your football gear, they fight with that underneath their shorts. So if you shit, there ain't nothing keeping the shit from falling out your ass. Because you ain't got no drawers on. You got a jock strap on. So I hit him and it hit the ground. I'm like, whoa. And he fell into the shit and started crying.
oh.
Everybody knew me.
Fight over.
Yeah, dog.
Has anybody ever made you shit on yourself?
Man, almost. Miguel Cotto almost made me shit on myself.
That's a name right there, Miguel Cotto.
Miguel Cotto, I just got with Manuel Stewart. We went over to Florida. He's having training camp, I think, for some Australian guy. And, man, motherfucker hit me so hard, I thought I was dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Miguel
that's
Cotto
crazy.
wasn't no
Before
joke.
fights, do y'all usually take a shit before the fight?
Man,
Let's go when you
I take
think
a
you
shit
dead.
before training, but before the fight, you got to. If you
Okay.
don't, like, you know, you may have to piss during the fight. If you got pissed during the fight, you just piss during the fight. What the fuck you gonna do? They don't let you. Ain't no timeouts.
Damn, that's deep.
So if you piss on yourself during the fight,
Man, I piss more than R. Kelly piss.
during the fight,
That's a lot of piss. You doing the fight?
You sweating so you can't tell nothing running down your leg. You
That's-
just-
wouldn't
No,
they let
you
you
can't
take a
tell.
bathroom break during the fight?
No.
I got to
The
piss.
fuck?
What?
I know.
Yeah,
Tyler
take my
said-
gloves off real quick. Hold my pee-pee for me. Nah. It's like,
Yeah,
nah,
that's
you
a
have to
deep
just.
I thought that's what the
Have
ring
you
girls
ever-
were
Have you
for.
ever held a shit a whole fight?
No, I ain't had to because I know that feeling being at the gym. My mom said I can't go to the bathroom. What? You better hold that shit. You
Yeah,
better
yeah.
squeeze your cheeks. I'm like, what? Shit. After my mom,
Niggas don't talk
my
about
mom was like
Right.
Michael Jackson's daddy. No cap. My mom was like, as far as realizing the skill and like pushing it and perfecting it, like sharpening it.
Yeah.
That was my mama died. Like,
Yeah.
So it's common. I didn't mean to change that.
Go
We'll
ahead.
get into mama. It's common for fighters to pee on themselves in the ring.
all the time. Football players piss on themselves every day. They don't say shit.
Actual football players, yeah, especially on the
Play
offensive
football.
line. You
Oh,
just-
offensive big
offensive
man.
line, I play,
If you're offensive line or defensive line, like constantly
In
on
your
the field,
shit, in your pass.
yeah.
offensive line, because that's part of like when you offensive line, you
The
it's
one I use
nasty.
for the shit. Yeah.
It's, yeah, it is
It's,
nasty.
it's a nasty.
Full of
It's
piss.
nasty.
Hey,
Offensive line is
you
nasty.
know, I play ball, so I know exactly.
Yeah.
Defensive line, offensive line, you right there. You ain't going nowhere. You in the you in the mud of it. You in the muck. All the crazy shit happen. If you're playing nose guard or in center, you in the midst of hell every play.
Yeah, it's
So
You
you
in the
done been in
trenches.
the ring on TV fighting nigga pissing on yourself.
Yeah, nigga whooping his ass, pissing. What more gangster than that? I'ma piss on you and I'm whooping your ass.
Bro, I never, but yeah, nigga, that's a long time.
I mean, we don't got timeouts.
because you want to like we
I
gotta
tell
you be stinking like
take a kney. That's your timeout.
What's the most gate? What's the
Take a
most
knee.
weight you
Gate?
gain the day of the fight?
I want to say most is kind of average. Like usually when I was fighting light heavyweight 175, I'll come back in the ring maybe like 189. But at 168, I come in the ring about 83, 84.
Does that make a power difference? The extra weight?
Depends on how you lose it. Some people lose it right before. Some people lose it weeks out. So they can't put it back on because they lost it so far out, the body shrinks down. Some people put it on right after, like a good fighter. Yeah, he
Canelo?
don't know the name, not Canelo, but Roberto Duran. But he put on so much. He would drink coffee and steak and put on pounds, and he'll be like a log in water. You know, a log in water just floats.
Yeah,
As when he fight, he would just be there, and it's just all gushing around.
yeah. We 4 to 6, right?
Yeah.
We 4 to 6, right?
No. I got you till 5:30.
Okay. All right, we're gonna play another song.
There's a none here.
We're gonna play He Gonna Shoot, man.
5:15 really. But
We're gonna play He Gonna Shoot. We're gonna have to wrap it up.
I don't wanna see my mother cry. When you black, it ain't no other side. Your death is like my brother died. Moment, helping hand, loan it. The troops not here to pacify the struggles in my nuclei. Want it. Change a man to a dangerous man, especially when the bangers change in hand. Survival evolving black men into another clan. But there's no robes, just diamonds and earlobes and bitches that like to probe. Encoded, like you like me. Might be strike 3, but we're not playing baseball, we're playing to be free. Bogus, new president's the virus. It's killing off the vibrant. Ridicule the silence. Notice,
That's my people in them. He gon' shoot. She gon' scrap.
it's just my people in there.
He gon' shoot. She gon' scrap.
That's my people in
He
there.
gon' shoot. She gon' scrap.
We put a Christmas tree in the tree. It's just my people in them. He gon' shoot, she gon' scrap. It's been hard, but it's gon' be alright. That's my people in them. He gon' shoot, she gon' scrap. It's just my people in them. He gon' shoot, she gon' scrap. That's my people in them. He gon' shoot, she gon' scrap. We put a Christmas tree in the trap. It's just my people in them. He gon' shoot, she gon' scrap. It's been hard, but we gon' be alright. I've had it up to here, like damn near there. Trustworthy base heads, fanfare stare. I'm big enough to take it, targeted the placement, then keep it under wraps, like rhyming in the basement. When I had hair, developed my philosophy, inherit real estate. Yes, it means a lot to me, so hater, what's the band for? I muscled in clam core, my gang full of landlords and nobody what we stand for. He gon' shoot, she gon' scrap. It's just my people in there. He gon' shoot, she gon' scrap. That's my people in there. He gon' shoot, she gon' scrap. We put a Christmas tree in the trap. It's just my people in there. He gon' shoot, she gon' scrap. It's been hard, but it's gon' be alright. That's my people in there. He gon' shoot, she gon' scrap. It's just my people in there. He gon' shoot, she gon' scrap. That's my people in there. He gon' shoot, she gon' scrap. We put a Christmas tree in the trap. It's just my people in there. He gon' shoot, she gon' scrap. It's been hard, but we gon' be alright.
The chill never with us. It's niggas all around me. Few of them lifeguards that probably wanna drown me. Watch me swim. I bet on misses. Not that I gamble on shambles, but we know bitches. Yeah, we know bitches. She be with me, him and her, and drug dealers selling that funny white. You know that real Bill Burr. Foil me with loyalty, still kill per. Get your bell rung, you held on the Fleetfield fire. I don't know who loves me, I just know who shoves me and who won't plug me, cause it'll be too lovely and evil. First, I'm at a bar as my avatar, cause even in the metaverse, I'm still a star. I'm digital cool, I'm into the moon. Bought some property on open sea, passwords don't need a key.
Bloggers become hackers, decentralizing factors.
Money got my face on NFT. I'm digital cool, I'm into the moon. Bought some property on open sea, passwords don't need a key.
Bloggers become hackers, decentralizing factors.
Money got my face on NFT. Her mentality was leopardess. She might have been a Methodist girl, cause she was waiting on God to come back and he was here. Reality is effortless, it's coded in the messages, girl. It's plenty of fish pulling people and poles off the pier. We're no longer the hunted, it's really about who wants it, who wants what we want more. Fuck the dumb shit clear. I'll be at a bar as my avatar playing Gallagher. Use the bitcoins to buy beer. I'm digital cool, I'm into the moon. Bought some property on open sea, passwords don't need a key.
Bloggers become hackers, decentralizing factors.
Money got my face on NFT. I'm digital cool, I'm into the moon. Bought some property on open sea, passwords don't need a key.
Bloggers become hackers, decentralizing factors.
Money got my face on NFT.
Look like a fire extinguisher, you know?
eyes like this,
That'll-
and then shot him in the face.
Yeah.
Or they got some shit called.
We back?
We back.
Yeah, we back. We gotta wrap. Yeah, we gotta wrap the show up, man. It was a mistake made on something, man. So we gotta wrap it up here shortly, man. Thought we was gonna be going till 6, but
Mike Tyson didn't like his comments, so he's shutting us down real
Mike
quick.
Tyson showed up. Man. Ran out the back door.
Hopefully,
man.
on his way up here, man. We
He
can
told
get
you
this
leave.
over
He
with,
said
man.
leave the knife inside and meet him outside.
A few people, man. I need you guys to send me pictures so I can get you the 20-second roast video with your album that you purchased. A few people didn't do it. Somalia Black, Delano Thompson,
Some motherfuckers really want to be roasted, huh?
Delano Thompson, Ebony Brandon, LaTroy Wilson, Ashley Planks, David Davis, and Safet Masanonovic, and Jamari Wiggin. You guys are the only ones who ain't sent pictures, so you got to send a picture with your pre-order of the album, and then you'll get the downloadable album, today or tomorrow, whenever you send that picture. So make sure you send that, because I definitely want to do that video for you, as promised. And did he call, or we got to wrap the show up? All right, cool. No worries, man. So, normally we got a 2.5-hour show. Today it's only an hour and some change. Sorry, y'all, but we'll figure it out next time. Tell everybody where they can find you, Ant.
2_ The Magician. You can find me on Instagram.
Show. Yo, what's up, man? It's be your boy, The Real DJ Show, man. You can find me on Instagram, The Real DJ Show. Make sure you follow me on YouTube, Plan A Radio. If you need a write-up or article on your mixtape or single, make sure you DM me, hit me up. Also, we doing a versus battle on my YouTube, Plan A Radio. We giving out $1,000 tomorrow. So if y'all interested, make sure y'all tap in. Shout out to Mimics.
That's right. IncenseandAshtrays.com is live now. Got the podcast going on, breaking down music history and music present. Got the Black American Music Family Tree, tracing our music back 400 years on this land. I want y'all to get that. And also, the book is dropping soon. It's dropping soon. So sometime in the next few weeks, the book, Tell It Like It Is, The Art of Loving Communication. That's dropping real soon.
Yeah, I'll go get that shit. Hey, you already know what it is. Bad Boy Blaze. Shout out to myself. That's OOBLZ at Instagram. 00BLZ. Holla backwards. Peace.
Hey, man, make sure y'all download that Chill Never Withers. I play more of it. I played at the beginning and the end of each episode. Make sure y'all download that, purchase it. We got a lot of fire stuff on the way. Check out the website, thekraigsmith.com. And if I owe you something, get it from God, nigga. God.
Shout out our sponsors, Head and Shoulders Body Wash.
Bruce Leroy?
Oh, my bad, nigga. My bad.
I'm gonna get your pity Pablo ass. Okay, nigga. Oh man,
Hey, the roast, nigga.
I'm ready to roast.
Stick
Man.
with
We
it,
gonna
love
roast
you
the
too.
next time you come.
Sound like a kid.
Shit out there. On the crossfire. Oh, me.
You know you can't whoop a nigga. You make
Yeah.